Good day. I'm Sophia Serviza from BSB FM1C. So now I am doing a virtual seminar about Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So what is human rights? Human rights are rights inherent to all human beings regardless of race, sex, nationality, ethnicity, language, religion, or any other status. Human rights included the right to life and liberty, freedom from slavery and torture, freedom of opinion and expression, the right to work and education, and many more. Everyone is entitled to this right without discrimination. So, ang mga karapatang pantao ay mga pangunahing mga karapatan at kalayaan na pag-aari ng bawat tao sa mundo mula sa pagsilang hanggang sa kamatayan. So, the types of discrimination. Age discrimination, disability discrimination, sexual orientation, status as a parent, religious discrimination, national origin, pregnancy, sexual harassment, race, color, and sex, reprisal, or rebellion. So, age discrimination. Individuals over the age of 40 are protected against age discrimination in the workplace under the Age Discrimination and Employment Act of 1967, as modified. It is illegal to discriminate against a person because of his or her age in any term, condition, or privilege of employment under the Act. So, ang diskriminasyon sa edad ay nagsasakot ng pagtrato sa isang aplikante o empleyado na hindi gaano kanais-nais dahil sa kanyang edad. So, disability discrimination. Disability discrimination is when you are treated less well or put at a disadvantage for a reason that relates to your disability in one of the situations covered by the Equality Act. The treatment could be a one-off action, the application of a rule or policy, or the existence of physical or communication barriers which make accessing something difficult or impossible. The discrimination does not have to be intentional to be unlawful. So, ang diskriminasyon sa kapansanan ay hindi gaanong maayos o inilagay sa kawalan dahil sa isang kadahilanan na nag-uugnay sa inyong kapansanan sa isa sa mga sitwasyon sa klaw ng Equality Act. Sexual orientation. Everyone is born free and equal in dignity and rights, equality and non-discrimination to all persons regardless of sex, sexual orientation, or gender identity. Ang diskriminasyon dahil sa orientasyon sexual ay maaaring direkta o hindi direkta. Maaari rin itong maging anyo ng pagbiktima o panlilikali. So, status as a parent. Parental status discrimination occurs when a person is treated less favorably because of their parental status than someone without the same parental status under identical circumstances. So, ito ay diskriminasyon sa katayong magulang kung ang isang tao ay tratuhin ng hindi makatarungan o tinanggihan ng parehong mga pagpataong tulad ng iba sapagkat meron silang mga anak o wala. Religious discrimination. Religious discrimination is when someone or a group of people is treated unfairly because of their religious beliefs. Religious minorities may express worries about religious discrimination even if democracies where freedom of religion is a constitutional right. So, ang diskriminasyon sa relihiyon ay nagsasangkot ng pagtrato sa isang tao na hindi ka nais-nais dahil sa kanyang paniniwala sa relihiyon. Ang diskriminasyon sa relihiyon ay maaari ring kasangkot sa pagtrato ng ibang tao dahil ang taong iyon ay kinasal sa naugnay isang individual na isang particular na relihiyon. National origin. Discrimination based on national origin occurs when people, applicants or workers, are treated unfairly because they are from a specific country or region of the world, because of their ethnicity or accent, or because they appear to be a particular ethnic background, even if they are not. So, ang diskriminasyong pambansang pinagmulan ay naisasangkot ng pagtrato ng mga tao na hindi ka nais-nais dahil sa mula sa isang partikular na bansa o bahagi ng mundo dahil sa etnisidad o dahil lumitaw na meron silang matiyak na background na etniko. Pregnancy. The Pregnancy Discrimination Act or PDA prohibits discrimination in the workplace based on pregnancy in all areas including hiring, firing, salary, job assignment, promotion, layoffs, training, fringe benefits including leave and health insurance, and any other term of condition of employment. Ang diskriminasyon sa pagbubuntis ay nasasangkot ng paggamot ng isang babae na hindi ka nais-nais dahil sa pagbubuntis, panganak o isang kondisyong medikal na kaugnay sa pagbuntis o panganak. Sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is defined as any form of harassment that includes explicit or implicit sexual connotation as well as the unwelcome and inappropriate promise of rewards in exchange for sexual services. Harassers and victims might be any gender or sexual orientation. Sexual harassment is banned in most modern legal circumstances. Ang sexual na hindi ka nais-nais na pag-uugali, sexual na nakakasakit, nakakahiya o nakakatakot, maaari itong may sulat sa salita o physical at maaaring mangyari ng personal o online. Parehong kalalakihan at kababaihan ay may maaaring maging biktima ng sexual kapag nangyari ito sa trabaho, paaralan o uri ng mga kasarian na hindi ka nais-nais. Race, color, and sex. Race, color, and sex discrimination includes refusing to hire someone, treating an employee unfavorably, or firing someone because of their race, color, or sex. Kasama sa diskriminasyon sa lahi at kulay ang pagtanggi na kumuha na sino man hindi maganda ang pagtrato sa isang empleyado o pagtatrato sa kanila ay hindi maaari. Katulad ng hindi pagtanggap sa kulay at gender. Reprisal or rebellion. Employees who have complained about discrimination on the job, filed a discrimination charge or complaint, or engage in any way in an employment discrimination procedure are subject to rebellion, also known as reprisal. Hindi maganda ang pakikitungo sa mga empleyado dahil nagrereklamo sila tungkol sa diskriminasyon sa trabaho, nagsampa ng singil sa diskriminasyon o reklamo, o lumahok sa anumang paraan sa isang proseso ng diskriminasyon sa trabaho. What is Universal Declaration of Human Rights? As a common goal for all peoples and nations, every individual and every organ of society should strive to promote respect for these rights and freedoms through teaching and education, as well as progressive national and international measures to ensure their universal and effective recognition and observance while keeping this declaration in mind. So, bilang isang pangkaraniwang layunin para sa lahat ng mga tao at bansa, bawat individual at bawat lipunan ay dapat magsikap na itaguyod ang paggalang sa mga karapatang ito at kalayaan sa pamamagitan ng pagturo at sa mga pagiging progresibong pagtuturo sa mga edukasyon, hakbanging pambansa at pandaigdigan upang matiyak na ang kanilang universal at mabisang pagkakilala at pagtanima habang isinisaisip ang pahayag na ito. So, the 30 Articles of Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So, Article number 1, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in spirit of brotherhood. So, lahat ng tao ay pinanganak na malay at pantay sa dignidad at karapatan. Sila ay nagpinagkalooban ng pangatwiran at budhi at dapat kumilos sa isa't isa sa diwa ng kapatiran. Article number 2. Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration without distinction of any kind such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political, or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. Furthermore, no distinction shall be made on the basis of the political jurisdictional or international status of the country or territory to which a person belongs, whether it be independent, trust, non-self-governing, or under any other limitation of sovereignty. So, ang mga bawat isa ay may karapatan sa mga lahat ng karapatan na at kalayaan na nakalagay na pahayag nito nang walang pagkakaiba ng mga anumang uri tulad ng lahi, kulay, kasarian, wika, relihiyon, pampolitika, o iba pang opinyon, nasyonal o palipunan na pinagmulan, pag-aari, kapanganakan, o iba pang katayuan. Article number 3. Everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. Ang bawat tao ay may karapatan sa buhay, kalayaan, at seguridad ng tao. Article number 4. No one shall be held in slavery or servitude, slavery, and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all other forms. Walang sino man ang dapat hawakan sa pagkaalipin o pagkaalipin sa pagbabawal sa lahat ng mga kanilang mga anyo. Article number 5. No one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. So, walang sino man ang dapat mapailalim sa paghihirap o sa malupit, hindi makatao o nakakaya sa mga parusa na pinagagawa. Article number 6. Everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. So, ang bawat isa ay may karapatang kilalanin kahit saan bilang isang tao bago ang batas. Article number 7. All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation of this declaration and against any incitement to such discrimination. So, ang lahat ay pantay-pantay sa harap ng batas at may karapatan na walang diskriminasyon sa pantay na proteksyon ng batas. Ang lahat ay may karapatan sa pantay na proteksyon laban sa anumang diskriminasyon na lumabag sa bahayag na ito at laban sa anumang pag-uudyok sa naturang diskriminasyon. Article number 8. Everyone has the right to an effective remedy by the competent national tribunals for acts violating the fundamental rights granted him by the constitutional or by the law. Ang bawat isa ay may karapatan sa isang mabisang remedyo ng mga karapatang pambansang tribunal para sa mga kilos na lumabag sa pangunahing mga karapatang ipinagkaloob sa kanya ng konstitusyon o ang batas. Article number 9. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. So, walang sino man ang maaaring mapailalim sa di makatwirang pag-aresto, pagpigil, o pagpapatapon. Article number 10. Everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal in the determination of his rights and every obligation and of any criminal charge against him. So, ang bawat isa ay may karapatan sa buong pagkakapantay-pantay sa isang batas at pagpubliko na pagdinig ng isang malaya at walang kinikiningan na tribunal sa pagpapasya ng kanyang mga karapatan at obligasyon at ng anumang kasong kriminal laban sa kanya. Article number 11. Everyone charged with a penal offense has the right to be presumed innocent until proved guilty according to law in a public trial at which he has had all the guarantees necessary for his defense. No one shall be held guilty of any penal offense on account of any act or omission which did not constitute a penal offense under national or international law at the same time when it was committed, nor shall a heavier penalty be imposed than the one that was applicable at the time the penal offense was committed. So, about isa na sinisingil ng isang pagkasala sa may parusa ay may karapatang ipalagay na walang sala hanggang sa mapatunayan na nagkasala ayon sa batas sa isang pampublikang panglilitis kung saan nagkaroon siya ng lahat ng mga garantiyang kinakailangan para sa kanyang pagtatanggol. Article 12. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to attack upon his honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or attacks. So, wala sino man ang dapat mapailalim sa di makatuwirang pagkakambala sa kanyang privacy, pamilya, tahanan o sulat o sa pag-aatake sa kanyang karangalan at reputasyon. Ang bawat isa ay may karapatang protektahan ang batas laban sa kayong pagkambala o pag-atake. Article 13. Everyone has right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. Everyone has the right to leave any country, including his own, and to return to his country. So, ang bawat isa ay may karapatan sa kalayaan at paninirahan sa loob ng mga bansa kasama ang kanyang sarili at bumalik rin sa kanyang bansa. Article 14. Everyone has right to seek and to enjoy in other countries asylum from persecution. This right may not be invoked in this case of persecution genuinely arising from non-political crimes or from acts contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations. Ang bawat tao ay may karapatang maghanap at magsaya sa ibang bansa na pagkakakukup laban sa pag-usig. Ang karapatang ito ay may maaaring magamit sa kaso ng mga pag-usig na tunay na nagmula sa mga krimen na hindi pang politika o mula sa mga kilos na salungat sa mga hangaring prinsipyo ng United Nations. Article 15. Everyone has the right to a nationality. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality nor denied the right to change his nationality. So, ang bawat isa ay may karapatan sa isang nasyonalidad at walang sino man ang dapat iakma ng kanyang nasyonalidad o tanggihan ang karapatang baguhin ang kanyang nasyonalidad. Article 16. Men and women of full age without any limitation due to race, nationality, or religion have the right to marry and to found a family. They are entitled to equal rights as to marriage, during marriage, and its dissolution. Marriage shall be entered into only with the free and full consent of the intending spouses. The family is the natural and fundamental group unit of society and is entitled to protection by society and the state. So, ang kalalakihan at kababaihan ng buong edad nang walang anumang limitasyon dahil sa lahi, nasyonalidad o relihiyon ay may karapatang magpakasal at makahanap ng isang pamilya. Karapatan dapat silang magkaroon ng pantay na mga karapatang hinggil sa pag-aasawa sa panahon ng kasal at sa pagtunaw nito. Article 17. Everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property. So, ang bawat isa ay may karapatan na pagmamayari na isa pati rin sa mga pakikihalubilo sa iba. Walang sinuman ang dapat na bawian ng kanyang pag-aari. Article 18. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This right includes freedom to change his religion or belief, and freedom, either alone or in community with others, and in public or private, to manifest his religion or belief in teaching, practice, worship, and observance. So, ang bawat isa ay may karapatan sa kalayaan sa pag-iisip, budhi, relihiyon. Ang karapatang ito ay may kasamang kalayaan na baguhin ang kanyang relihiyon o paniniwala at kalayaan mag-isa man o sa pamayanan kasama ng iba't iba sa publiko o pribado upang maipakita ang kanyang relihiyon o paniniwala sa pagtuturo ng kasaysayan, pagsamba at pagtalimpa. Article number 19. Everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. Ang bawat isa ay may karapatan sa kalayaan sa opinyon at pagpapahayag. Ang karapatang ito ay may kasamang kalayaan na humahawak ng mga opinyon ng walang paghihimasok at upang maghanap, tumanggap at magbigay ng impormasyon at mga ideya sa pamamagitan ng anumang media at anumang mga hanggan. Article 20. Everyone has the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association. No one may be compelled to belong to an association. So, ang bawat isa ay may karapatan sa kalayaan na mapayapang pagpulong at pagsasama. Walang maaring pilitin na kabilang sa isang samahan. Article 21. Everyone has the right to take part in the government of his country directly or through privileged chosen representatives. Everyone has the right to equal access to public service in his country. The will of the people shall be the basis of the authority of government. This will shall be expressed in periodic, periodic and genuine election, which shall be by universal and equal suffrage, and shall be held by secret vote or by equivalent pre-voting procedures. So, ang bawat isa ay may karapatang makilahok sa pamahalaan ng kanyang bansa na direkta o sa pamagitan ng malayang kinawatan. Ang bawat isa ay may karapatan sa pantay na pag-akses sa serbisyo publiko sa kanyang bansa. Ang kalooban ng mga tao ay dapat nabatayan ng awtoridad ng pamahalaan. Article 22. Everyone, as a member of society, has the right to social security and is entitled to realization through national effort and international cooperation and in accordance with the organization and resources of each state of the economic, social, and cultural rights indispensable for his dignity and the free development of his personality. So, ang bawat tao ay may isang miyembro ng lipunan ay may karapatan sa seguridad sa lipunan at may karapatang maisakatuparan sa pamamagitan ng pambansang pagsisikap at internasyonal na kooperasyon at alinsunod na samahan sa mga mapagkukunan ng bawat estado ng mga karapatang pang-ekonomiya, panlipunan at pangkulturang kinakailangan para sa malayang pagkatao. Article 23. Everyone has the right to work, to free choice of employment, to just and favorable condition of work, and to protection against employment. Everyone without any discrimination has the right to equal pay for equal work. Everyone who works has the right to just and favorable remuneration, ensuring for himself and his family an existence worthy of human dignity, and supplemented if necessary by other means of social protection. Everyone has the right to form and to join trade unions for for the protection of his interests. So, ang bawat isa ay may karapatang magtrabaho sa malayang pagpili ng trabaho, sa makatarungan at kanais-nais ng mga kondisyon ng trabaho at sa proteksyon laban sa kawalan ng trabaho. Ang bawat isa ng walang anumang diskriminasyon ay may karapatang pantay na bayad para sa pantay na trabaho. Article 24. Everyone has the right to rest and leisure, including reasonable limitation of working hours and periodic holidays with pay. So, ang bawat tao ay may karapatang magpahinga at maglibang kasama ang mga tuwirang limitasyon ng mga oras ng pagtrabaho at panapanahong bakasyon na may sumusweldo. Article 25. Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and of his family, including food, clothing, housing, and medical care and necessary social service, and the right to security in the event of unemployment, sickness, disability, widowhood, old age, and other lack of livelihood in circumstances beyond his control. Motherhood and childhood are entitled to special care and assistance. All children, whether born in or out of wedlock, shall enjoy the same social protection. So, ang bawat isa ay may karapatan sa isang pamantayan ng pamumuhay na sapat para sa kalusugan at kagalingan ng kanyang sarili at sa kanyang pamilya, kasama ang pagkain, damit, tirahan, at pangangalagang medikal at kinakailangang mga serbisyong panlipunan at ang karapatan sa seguridad sakaling magkaroon ng trabaho. Article 26. Everyone has the right to education. Education shall be free at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. Elementary education shall be compulsory. Technical and professional education shall be made generally available, and higher education shall be equally accessible to all on the basis of merit. Education shall be directed to the full development of the human personality and to the strengthening of respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. It shall promote understanding, tolerance, and friendship among all nations, racial or religious groups, and shall further the activities of the United Nations for the maintenance of peace. Parents have a prior right to choose the kind of education that shall be given to their children. So, ang bawat isa ay may karapatan sa edukasyon. Ang edukasyon ay malaya, hindi bababa sa elementary at pangunahing mga yugto. Article 27. Everyone has the right freely to participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, and to share in scientific advancement in its benefits. Everyone has the right to the protection of the moral and material interests resulting from any scientific, literary, or artistic production of which he is the author. So, ang bawat isa ay may karapatang malayang makilahok sa buhay pangkulturang pamayan upang masiyahan sa sini at makibahagi sa pagsulong ng mga siyensa at mga pakinabang nito. Article 28. Everyone is entitled to a social international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration can be fully realized. Ang bawat isa ay may karapatan sa isang kaayusang panlipunan at pang-international kung saan ang mga karapatan at kalayaan na nakalagay sa pahayag na ito ay maaaring ganap na maisakatuparan. Article 29. Everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible. In the exercise of his rights and freedoms, everyone shall be subject only to such limitations, such as are determined by law solely for the purpose of securing due recognition and respect for the rights and freedoms of others and of meeting the just requirements of morality morality, public order, and the general welfare in the democratic society. These rights and freedoms may in no case be exercised contrary to the purpose and principles of the United Nations. So, ang bawat isa ay may mga tungkulin sa pamamayan kung saan nag-iisa ang malaya at buong pag-unlad ng kanyang pagkatao sa pagpapatupad ng kanyang mga karapatan at kalayaan. Ang bawat isa ay may sinasailalim lamang sa mga naturang limitasyon na tinutukoy ng batas para lamang sa layunin na makamit ang angkop na pagkakilala at paggalang. Article number 30. Nothing in this declaration may be interpreted as implying for any state, group, or person any right to engage in any activity or to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any of the rights and freedoms set forth herein. So, wala sa deklarasyong ito ang maaring ipakahulugan bilang nagpapahiwatig para sa anumang estado, pagkat o tao na anumang karapatang makisali sa anumang aktibidad o upang maisagawa ang anumang kilos na naglalayong sa pagkawasak ng alinman ng mga karapatan at kalayaan na nakalagay dito. So now, thank you for listening. Again, I'm Sophia Servisa from BSBA FM1C. This is my virtual seminar. Thank you.